Every year LEGO releases a CMF line where you can collect 12 unique minifigures, and let's just say over the years I've gotten quite a few. And well, in today's video I'm going to put my own spin on that by making my very own 12 unique celebrity minifigures. So without further ado, let go. Now this first minifigure, many of you will know him because I'll be recreating IShowSpeed in LEGO. IShowSpeed, the internet phenom and soccer superstar. The main things I wanted to accomplish with the IShowSpeed minifigure was get a red and green color scheme going so we could represent his love for Ronaldo, which we might even be seeing later. And well, here is the IShowSpeed minifigure. I think he turned out pretty solid. I gave him this white hoodie, but it does have accents of red. I also gave him a gaming controller since he's always raging on those games with Kai. And then I also gave him this Golden Award Streamer of the Year accomplishment. I think this one turned out solid for the first minifigure of the video. Let's move on to the second. Next up, we have someone that might be known as Not Like Us, because we have Kendrick Lamar. Now don't worry guys, I did not include Drake in this video, but I do think the Kendrick Lamar minifigure turned out pretty solid, and here he is. I gave him this outfit that looked kind of similar to his outfit in the Not Like Us music video, so you can tell me how accurate you think this is. And of course I had to include him because he was also the Super Bowl halftime show, and that was pretty great in my opinion. And don't think guys I forgot the mustard. I think he also turned out pretty good. And now we can move on to some athletes. The two athletes I included in this video are some of my favorites, and first up here we got Coco Gauff. Now she is the youngest player to ever start at Wimbledon at only 15 years old, and she won the US Open at 18. Now to the minifigure, here is Coco Gauff. I think this one also turned out really good. I included this cool angled piece to make it look like she's going for the ball. I feel like this could have looked pretty good in the build from the Challengers video I made a little while back. And if you didn't know guys already, I'm a huge fan of Coco Gauff, as you can tell from this cereal box. Oh, that hit my head. And now moving on to another one of my favorite athletes, we have DK Metcalf. Now if you guys seen me in videos, I always rock his jersey of course, but sadly he got traded. But let's get to the minifigure already before I start crying again. And well, here is DK. I still have him in his Seattle Seahawks gear. I think this looks really nice. It will look better than black and gold. I also gave him that cool angled piece to make it look like he's diving for the ball like he always does. And he is another great athlete, top 10 wide receiver in my eyes. After that, we now move back into some artists. Like we had Kendrick Lamar earlier, now we have Tyler the Creator. He was huge last year with his album Chromacopia. I really listened to a lot of that one, and that's what the minifigure will be based off of. Here is the Chromacopia Tyler the Creator. Now, sadly, I couldn't get a good enough face for the mask he wears in all the videos, but I do think it looks accurate enough in this green getup, and overall it's my favorite minifigure so far. Now I know Tyler the Creator is not just known for Chromacopia, so I also included this variant from his very popular song See You Again. I think both of these turned out great. I do prefer the Chromacopia one, but moving on to who I had mentioned earlier, Ronaldo. Okay, I need to stop doing that. But yes guys, I of course had to include another GOAT, Ronaldo, or maybe that's debatable, but here's the Ronaldo minifigure. I think he turned out also pretty solid. Sadly, I didn't get a jersey for him, but this red torso from Star Wars does the trick. And of course, I also had to recreate the moment where IShowSpeed met Ronaldo. Wow. How wholesome. But yeah, I really like how the Ronaldo one turned out. Next up, you idiot sandwich, we have Gordon Ramsay. Gordon Ramsay's obviously known for his shows like Hell's Kitchen and MasterChef. And I guess even he's a YouTuber. But here's the Gordon Ramsay minifigure. I also gave him this little kitchen getup with his pan. And yeah, I think he looks pretty solid.
What are you?
An idiot sandwich.
Idiot sandwich what?
An idiot sandwich.
After this, we have one of my favorite actors, Timothée Chalamet. Now, we've seen him a lot in my videos recently because he was in the movies video quite a bit, but here is his minifigure. He's rocking more of his Bob Dylan look from his most recent movie, A Complete Unknown, which you can also see that build in the video where I recreate the top movies from 2024. I really like how this one turned out. That scarf piece really puts the whole minifigure together. And guys, you can tell me down below, but don't you think Timothée Chalamet deserved the Oscar? But that aside, we probably now have the most important important famous person of all time, because we have Jesus Christ. Another minifigure that's been seen a lot in my videos. Jesus obviously was one of the most impactful people of all time. If you don't know what he did, he of course did some of the first recorded miracles in the Bible, and of course died on the cross and rose again to forgive our sins. And well, with all that hype, here is Jesus. I gave him a loaf and a fish from the 5,000 story. Pretty good in my opinion. And yeah, I like how the Jesus minifigure turned out, of course. Now, a little more modern, we got Albert Einstein. One of the smartest people of all time, according to many. So much so that his brain is even in a museum. And well, here's the Albert Einstein minifigure. Now, sadly, I didn't find a correct enough face print, because I wish I could have made the one where he's sticking out his tongue. But, yeah, here he is. Gave him this old-fashioned get up, and then also, of course, he's known for E=mc², so I made a little build of a chalkboard that he can be teaching a class with. Who knows, maybe he's doing that while in Oppenheimer. And now to our final two minifigures. We got two presidents. First up here we got Barack Obama, the 44th president of the United States. I think he turned out pretty good, and of course I gave him the American flag. And then we have our current president, the 45th and 47th president, Donald Trump, also giving him the American flag. Because they're significant figures in recent time, that's why I included them. And well, that is all 12 famous people made in minifigures that I chose to make today. You guys can tell me down below if you enjoyed the video. Tell me if I should make a part 2, because this was actually pretty fun to do. And yeah, be on the lookout, guys. There should be a video every 2 weeks now on the channel for a good bit now. And of course, weekly uploads on biblical betterment. But as always, guys, remember, have a great day. God bless, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out. Bye.